be home and feed you guys in a bit. I'm sorry. Thanks for the help, Donnie.
You're welcome, pretty girl.
I've had a sip.
A sip, that's good.
A sip.
It's all in there and covered up.
All right, taking Midnight to the vet for his recheck. A 7 a.m. vet visits, I gotta stop. Well, I got Midnight dropped off, and Stephanie has already called me and said, we got the sample we needed if you want to swing back and get him. So I said, sure, I'll turn around, it's no biggie. That's actually better for me not to have to go back out later. So they're running the test now. By the time I get up there, hopefully we'll know what we're doing. Hopefully it's clear, but I'm not holding my breath out for that. I think next steps were to send it out for culture, and yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I was halfway home and now I'm turned around. Going back the scenic way. I am in the school zone though here, and it is school time. I'll be careful about what I'm doing. I'm driving this morning, although that's probably not such a good idea because I am not all the way awake yet. Let that sunshine pour into my eyeballs so that I can finish waking up. Okay, I've got Midnight loaded up, and his test was, what did she say? It was boring. I think that's the word she used twice. His test results were boring today. You know, it's clean, it's clear. We don't have to do antibiotics again. We don't have to send it out. Now, I know at the house when he starts drinking excessive amounts of water, that's been the pattern that he's got an infection again. So I'll just keep an eye out. I mean, he's acting totally happy and boring right now, so that's good. I did schedule a follow-up for Panther next Friday, and Stripe has his yearly on Wednesday. So I'm keeping an eye on Panther. I've not seen that he's thrown up any, and he's eating, and he's happy to see me, but he's really not putting weight back on. So, I'm just, you know, want to follow up. Hopefully we're going to be okay through the weekend. I did not get any more anti-nausea pills, but they're open tomorrow morning, so if things, you know, if I notice him not feeling well again today, I could do that. So I'm keeping an eye on him. I did talk to the vet, Dr. Liz and Dr. Mulroney, Dr. Cotton and Dr. Mulroney, and there I talked to Dr. Mulroney, and anyway, you know, I want Panther to thrive, not just get by, and he needs to put back on a little weight before I'm going to be happy that he's thriving. But yeah, everything's okay for right now. All right, I'm glad I don't have to come back out this afternoon, because Don and I were going to work in the yard, and once I get out there doing, it's hard for me to switch gears and stop, and I don't want him to hang out any longer up there than he needs to, even though those girls, you know, they all dote on him and make sure he's happy up there, but still. Anyway, go home and finish feeding everyone. Marty and Stripe came in briefly and started to do their morning eating thing, but Don came in with the crate and they flew back out of the house. They didn't want no part of being near the crate. They all know what the crate means. I really can't blame them there on that. And yeah, Don and I are going to work out in the yard today. Right now it's, well, Ruby says it's up to 70. It was actually cool this morning, like 58 or something when we first got up 90 minutes ago. But the sun's warming. I think originally they said 72, but now they're saying 76 or 78 today. So certainly if it's 70 already at 8:30, it's going to be gaining. Okay, Ruby's temp's going down as I'm driving. She's down to 67 now. Anyway, yeah, let Ruby drive. So, yeah, it's a good day for yard stuff today. We're not going to have very many more of these low humidity, low temperature days here coming into the summer. These are going to get to be fewer and far between, so yard work days are planned around good weather for working out in the yard days. So the event up at South Park yesterday morning was an employee recognition breakfast, and they had 5, 10, 15, and 20-year employees that were recognized, and I recognized a few of the people of the town. It included police officers. So Officer Doxy's been here 5 years now, and Wade on the yard crew at South Park has 20 years of service. There were only 3 employees recognized for 20 years, so that was cool. Yeah, that was cool. He's also retired military, a Navy guy, so nice to see him recognized. All right, their faith is restored in me. I have fed them and they are happy. Yeah, it's really not that late for breakfast. We were just really up that early, and then of course when they're doing a urine check, I gotta get him up there quick. Which has worked very well the last 2 times since I changed my strategy. So let me get these water bowls refreshed. I'm not too upset. The deer were right on the corner here last night where this hole is a little wider and munched a few leaves. But in comparison to eating it flat to the ground like they've done some years. So tonight, some nasty smelling hot sauce. I got some old sriracha in the house I'm trying to use up. Maybe some of that spray for the aphids. And all the other little things out here look okay. So, yeah. It could be a lot worse. But I fear if they did it one night, they'll do it another night. So I'll step up my game here the next few nights. Hi, Tux. Come on, bud. Come on, Tux. Tuxie, come here. Come here, bud. He goes, yes, yes, Mom. I'm right here. No, no, come here, bud. Come here. Okay, I can pet you over there, too. Yeah. Hi. There's my panther. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hello. Hi, you ready to eat? You hungry? They asked about you. Well, I'm not seeing any flies in either cat bowl this morning, and I'm also not seeing any flying around inside the fly trap. I'm really thinking those have helped us to break the cycle. So that's good. Yeah, somebody with a really loud, maybe it's a truck, I don't know. It's just my luck. Can't wait to get out there. It feels great. Good morning, Gray. How are you, honey? That's my good girl. That's my good girl. This is Don's. I'm gonna get him to work in the yard breakfast. Hamburger with cheese. It's smoked Gouda. 2 strips of bacon, because that's all I got, and 2 fried eggs, plus an espresso. Hey, you.
Hey there.
Run the quays actually tomorrow. They picked up their bibs yesterday. We're not involved this year, but I guess Guardian Angel's not handing out the water because 2 months ago, Mark asked me if we'd like to stand with him and Natalie, if we'd be willing to volunteer again. And I said, sure, let me know the details and I'll confirm with Dawn. And he didn't get back to me. So I'm thinking Guardian Angel just isn't the one doing it this year.
Right.
Or they would have asked. They would have needed volunteers. So.
Right.
So we're going to move this one in the shade. It's heavy, huh?
Yeah, somebody must be watering it.
Well, I don't let it dry out. That's true. This one is going to a shadier spot, like right there. And then the one out there is coming here. And then we're building retaining wall bricks in that corner is essentially what's going on today. Yeah, see, we moved plants around so much over here that Dawn has a special hand truck design just to hold the pots and keep them from slipping off the hand truck.
Yeah.
I didn't anticipate it being that heavy, but I guess 300 pounds.
No. Well over 100 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well over 100.
But this is why when we talked about putting the stones down, we put the stones down because things don't grow up or down, and that way we have options about moving them. And this one is a ghost dancer. I'll have to go look at the specific ghost variety. and it needs more shade so that it shows its variegation better. It's a little too sunny here. You know, when you go to buy a maple, you got to think about, some prefer more or less sun. Well, Don's got this one moved into place, and he's working on leveling the stone up there. I have not seen one swallowtail butterfly on the butterfly bush since it came out. It could use some water, or it's drooped because it's in the sun right now, but it'll be in the shade in a bit. I am going to plant the filigree. That's the name of it, Japanese maple. The dirt seems to not be settling. I mean, it seems to be in good shape, so I'm going to put it in the ground. Don's my pole, string, make sure it does what it's supposed to do thing guy. That piece of bamboo is a little short, and that tie strap is a little low.
Yep.
But there it is.
Yeah. Hope it makes it.
Yep, there's the Crimson Queen in the ground. I put the 2-pack of Sandra by the filigree.
Right.
And, yep. It says it takes extreme shade. I'm counting on it.
Yeah, well, that's right, because this gets no, dappled is all this ever gets.
Yep.
Yeah, there's almost no sun.
So we'll see. You know, for the first year, it'll be easy to move it. After that, it'll get a little harder to move. We'll keep a close eye on it as best we can. But it's a $20 tree, so
yeah.
That's why we're trying this one here.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello. Are you keeping me company? Hi. Hi. He was looking up until I started filming him. I'm so happy you're down here keeping me company, Whedon. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Don looks like he's making good progress over there. At least you're in the shade.
Oh yeah, this is not bad. It's very comfortable.
I just redid over here because with this, you know, looking good, I want to keep this all looking good. I think I'm probably gonna plant something here, and then maybe one thing on the far side of the creek that likes wet feet. I'd actually like to get a bald cypress and put it there. We'll see. It's a never ending, you know. All I can do at the end of the day is say I worked really hard for 4 hours and where I was looks better. And you know, Don put a temporary patch on the bridge so we don't hurt ourselves before he has a chance to reinforce it, replace a couple boards. Tux was down here with me, and I was really enjoying having him close by, and he still could be close by, but it looks like he moved. Poor Don has really been up and down the hill. You know, I pulled the stilt grass here. It can't have been more than a week, but I'm gonna refresh this area and do right around these big trees here and just up the walkway. This side's all ferns and in the shade, and not much bad stuff grows over there, but I'm just pulling wherever it needs to be pulled that's in the shade that's not too far from Don. You know, I'll be pulling the entire summer until I just can't take it anymore. And you know, it is what it is. 73 degrees. Virtually no wind. It's between 0 and 5 miles an hour, closer to 0. Just a slight breeze. UV is 0.6.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
And the wet bulb globe temperature is a low 63 degrees. We are well in the green. Go forth and work in the yard. It should be safe for everybody.
Yeah, even old guys.
Although shade is better.
Yeah, well, for sure.
Yeah.
Marianne wants the a circular retaining wall, you know. So I want to do it as tight as I can get it because it's dirt, digging, stones, everything. So the third, I don't see me doing it more than 3 high. So think of the one on the ground as the top because it's inverted. It spreads out at the base. So 49 inches outside diameter for the stones touching. Maybe it's supposed to be 48, you know, and it's just the ground's not dead level and all that other stuff. But so just say, you know, 48, 49 inches. I'm going to make it, you know, work with that. And then, of course, it's going to be 3 high. So I laid out a couple more stones, and it's, so the third course, the base, to be able to do 3 courses with the top course, every stone touching, it looks like 53 inches is what you've got to have. So the bottom, I'm going to make it 53 inches, or try to make it 53 inches. You know, this is, you know, it's like Lego bricks. It's just, the only problem is you've got to move dirt and pick. And of course, there's nothing but tree roots and rocks. That's all there is. It's not like a nice little sandbox or something like that where you can just shift everything around. No, everything has to be level. Anyway, it's a lot of work. So I'm trying to minimize it. But anyway, I think I'm going to go with 3. The first course won't be a half circle. It'll probably only be, that's 7 stones. At 6 it would probably be a half. So I'm probably going to make it like 4 stones because it cuts into the bank. Then the next one will probably be 7 or 8 stones. Maybe it will go all the way around. But for sure the third one will be, you know, a pretty much circle. It's a little hard to say because of the, without knowing the exact slope of the that bank, you know, the rise and the run. I don't know, and I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to wing it. I don't want to put that much work into it. But anyway, hopefully I've allowed enough, or understand that I've got to allow for the setback. I can't make the first course, you know, 48, 49 inches. I've got to make it bigger. And like I said, I'm going to shoot for 59, maybe 60 inches, and then go up from there. Well, it worked out pretty much, my measurement. I got just a little bit of a crack. So I did 60 inches on the bottom. That's a 30-inch radius, 60-inch diameter circle, or semicircle. And so that, you know, I said it was 59 to 60, depends. So I guess you could argue it was like 59. So it looks like I'm 3 stones short. I could put 1 more there, and I'm thinking 2 more there, because this would make it a little nicer. You could argue maybe 4 stones, and then it would probably be really nice. So it turned out pretty well. You know, it's like the other one, just sifted the rocks, you know, made dirt, and then packed the dirt and leveled the stone in place, and got the lowest one set first, and then went left and right from there. And then when I got that first course done, then you know, the second and third course were like nothing. I mean, it takes like no time, but it takes all the time to get that first course reasonably flat and level. Anyway, like I said, I guess we're really going to get 4 stones, and I think that'll make it look really tight. You know, it'll cut into the bank really nice.
Finishing up leveling the stone under the maple tree up by the house. He's done here for now. We probably won't go get the 4 more stones we need today. Why try to go to Holly Springs on a Friday afternoon? I am done with the walkway and left and right of the walkway, and I can tell it's an improvement. I did all the way out to that camellia there, and like I said, on this side we did really good last year, and all the ferns in the shade, it's staying pretty good. But in here, needed some work. I don't know what this one volunteer thing is. I'm letting a little bit of it grow, and we may take more of it out or not. It doesn't, it's a nice evergreen, stays green all year round looking little shrubby thing. It's probably native. Doesn't shout out to almond invasive, although there is a lot of it over here. Anyway, it's, well, I was going to tell you what time it was, except for my Apple Watch is dead. The battery doesn't last anymore. It is what it is. Let's see what my phone says it is. Right at 4 p.m. So we've been out here about 5 hours. Well, that one's all leveled up also, and where I asked Don to put it. And we're gonna change out the bamboo stick for a rail stick, a support, but we don't have another nice narrow green one, so we'll get one when we go to Lowe's. Yeah, this one, well, first off, it got ate by the deer over here, so that messed it up this year. And then all of it should be looking like this, but you can see some of it's not as variegated. I just think it was getting just a smidge too much sun. And you can tell birds have been using the bathroom on it over there by the Mahonia and stuff. It's a pretty active spot for the birds, so. Anyway, fingers crossed this one will take off. Was new last year, and it doesn't look in jeopardy of dying. It's just not as happy as it could be. Well, I think it looks quite nice up there, and the other things too. Unfortunately, I've come out to find out that panther's thrown up. I'm not surprised. Yeah. No anti-nausea medicine, so the throwing up is back. Alright, Fuquay traffic's crazy. We've got the medicine for panther, and we're gonna head to Lowe's now. Jules says she wants to do a U-turn.
By the navigation map. We are at the traffic light.
But something is not right about what she wants to do, because she's in the left lane at the stoplight, but she says she's going to U-turn up in front of the Walmart. She can't U-turn here. Well, she followed the line properly, and now she's gone off navigation from where she was.
She's driving, not me.
I know, but she went off navigation, and now she's figured out where she needs to turn.
Yeah, she's figured it out.
Usually when she doesn't understand the navigation, you got to take over. She doesn't figure it out. So the fact that she figured it out, and this is a new little road here. That whole stoplight has not been there a very long time. So maybe in this case, I understand why she's
she's
a little confused.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
But she drove properly. She just, because we were paying attention, realized that some stuff was not lining up properly. Uh-oh, she's gonna go past it. There was a Y, we just went past the blue one, and there's a white one, and there's another white one. The other day when we were in the parking lot, there was 4 Teslas in the parking lot, including Jules.
And then we're gonna park next to this X?
I guess. Gentleman at the vet this morning has a Y. And he came up and asked me how long I'd had my Y. And I said, oh, there's another X. I said, it's an X and it's a 2017. And he said, wow. And I said, yeah, it's got 127,000 miles on it. And, but my husband has a Y, it's a 2020. His Y was a 2022. Just, you know, normal conversation at the vet's office in Fuquay. But he drove his F350 to bring his dog, his little tiny spaniel, to the vet. And there's a red Mustang Mach-E over there too.
Yeah, I see.
Oh yeah, it is. Don says it's got a wrap. It's kind of a matte.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna agree.
That's not white. My white is still the white.
Right.
I mean, I know they make that other.
It needs red calipers though. Tesla did.
I just got a Century Mode event.
Okay. Yeah. Say what?
Somebody forgot to tell these people EVs aren't aren't being accepted. Nobody's buying EVs. I swear I hear that on the news every day.
Yeah, from some of them people you listen to on YouTube that are misinformed that I can't stand. Now, it's not carriage, it's a Gerbera Daisy. See, Gerbera Daisy. I made him repeat himself, but that is exactly what he said the first time. These are $5, and the New Guinea impatient pots in particular are in excellent shape. And wow. So I've got 3. I've got 2 of the New Guinea impatiens, and then the petunia and whatever the blue thing is. This Performance 3 pulled up while we were inside too. Show them my pretty plants. I mean, for $5, I'll baby it. Oh, and Donnie, that one has that fancy coconut fabric. It's a very fancy. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Wow, those last a second year pretty easy.
Yeah.
I've had really good luck using them for 2 or 3 years if you scoop it back out really careful. And then I got 2 of the New Guinea impatiens. And the, how do you pronounce this? Calabrocha? Yeah. I don't know, that one was like 3. But I got a pot I want to put that in. I'm probably going to plant the New Guinea impatiens. It says only 1 to 3 hours of morning sun. So that variety of impatient also really likes sun. I'm thinking I'm going to plant it in that new bed Dawn just did. That doesn't mean no Japanese maple. It just means also flowers. Yeah, that poor Lowe's, I know the girl, she posts on the Fuquay Facebook page, Ladies of Fuquay Varina, all the time. I know she takes great pride in how that garden center looks, but the heat and maybe one day of not ordering looked like it really got to some of those plants, which was good, and that there were some deals to be had and everything, and they had a ton of stock, and it wasn't everything. I just know that must be hard for her to see that, because she really cares about how that garden center looks. And I didn't want to shoot a video and show that, because A, that's not fun to look at, and B, you know, I wasn't trying to pick on them or anything. I'm really pleased with my deals. It was like a kid in a candy store, only better. South Park is slam full.
Yeah.
Must be all 3 fields and something going on inside the community center tonight. It is packed. Yeah. Well, we had red, white, and blue Teslas at South Park too, so it's, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody, Donnie, did leave us a comment. You know how I take everything so seriously. That's just my nature. That it sure was, forget his exact words, but it sure was ironic that you'd be using that gas powered generator to charge your Tesla.
That's right.
And the way it was said is it wasn't meant nice. I started to respond and was like, you know what, I just ain't worth my time. But if I were going to have responded to him, I would have said, we don't just drive EVs because of trying to have less CO2 emissions. There's at least 10 other reasons I can think of why we love our Tesla and our EV, and really it's to run the house. But don't worry, in a pinch we will charge the Tesla if we need to. And did you notice, Bubba, that it's dual fuel and it'll take propane and not just gasoline? Did you notice that? I think that's an important comment. Oh, and we can't have solar because there's too many trees, and even the guy that loves to sell solar said we can't have solar. So unless I want him, oh, there's another why. Unless I want him smack dab in the middle of my front yard on the ground.
But they still won't do it.
They still probably won't do much. So yeah, but I didn't answer him, but now y'all know how I felt about that comment. I didn't take it too well. I'm still fuming about it, even though I didn't answer him, and I know he's not going to be watching this video, so he just saw the thumbnail with the Tesla Ruby and the generator in the thumbnail, and he was inspired to leave me a comment.
Clickbaited.
I guess it wasn't, well, I said powered and ready or something. I don't know. After 2,500 titles. I'm just lucky I can even title them at this point. So I just do the best I can. Here's today's, I loosely say, junk mail. Not personal mail, not first class mail. CDT Automotive, we fix everything. And then, as if that was same mailbox the same day, Gets Automotive, car trouble, we fix everything. You notice there wasn't a Tesla pictured in any of those photographs for their advertisement though, right?
That's right.
Don's putting his stick by our tree. Yeah, the bamboo that was on it was really too tight, and we think it's a good idea to protect them from wind gusts when they're this small, so that's good. And you know, when we cover them for frost, it's good to have something to lay the shower curtain over top of, or whatever piece of fabric we use. So this hanging basket originally went for $40. And it was definitely a clearance plan. It had the line through the UPC and everything, but you can see the pretty coconut shell. Almost looks like a butterfly pattern, flower pattern down there. I mean, yes, it's definitely not in brand new. Just delivered from PW, the local Bonnie Bell nursery or whatever, but it's plenty flowers, plenty still pretty there. So I was hoping Panther would come up while I was out here from over there by the azaleas, which is where I assume he's sleeping, but he has not chosen to do that yet. So I'll keep an eye out. I'm gonna give him one of the anti-nausea pills as soon as I can, if I can get him. You know, he sort of started to tell that I want to grab him for a pill, even though he doesn't give us a hard time about it. So anyway, I'm worried, and I'll do what I can as soon as I can. He's should be up here sooner than later now, but I need Don's help, so I don't want him to come up for a pill when Don's not inside.